Hello, everybody. Welcome to Octopunk Weekly Update for the week of March 22nd. The probably third week in March now. That's insane. I feel like just yesterday March was beginning and I was still 28. We're halfway through a level 3 hype train right now. Thank you, everybody, for your gift subs, for your resubscriptions, for your cheers, everything like that that gets us to that hype train. We might get to level 4, and we got 3.5 minutes left. Let's see what happens. Today we have some really fun stuff to talk about. It is the anniversary week of Detroit Awakening, which was the short film that started it all, that came before Detroit Evolution 2 years ago, March 27th, 2019. And so this Saturday will be the 2-year anniversary of that officially, and we've got some fun stuff planned for that anniversary. I also see Michael Smallwood's in the chat today, which is befitting because we've got some Michael Smallwood fun to talk about today as well, both with Detroit Awakening's anniversary and some other stuff too. We've also got some new casting announcements for Fame Fatale. If you've been keeping up with that project, we've been announcing new cast members for that pretty much every week, as well as what's coming on Patreon this week, what is coming on Twitch this week, and fan art of the week. So lots of stuff to get to today. So Michael and I's project, What a Beautiful Wedding, our new short film that we're shooting next month, is now 74% of the way funded. We only need, what is that, about $1,700 more to meet our goal? That's not bad at all. We're getting really, really close. So you can visit paypal.me/octopunkmedia and donate directly, but we're also putting this PayPal pool in the chat right now. So thank you, mods, for that. You can go to the pool and contribute directly, or you can go to my Octopunk Media one if that pool is not available in your country. You donate to me, I'll add it to the pool on your behalf. We have some producer ranking awards for $100 and up donations, but any donation counts. Even $5 or $10 contributes to the overall well-being of the budget and makes me sweat a little bit less the more we get to shoot day, because we are shooting that in exactly 1 month. We are very, very close. So, we also have something else. We'll get back to this in a second with What a Beautiful Wedding's budget, because that's related to some other things that we have to talk about today. As I said, we have this anniversary for Detroit Awakening. So I was really racking my brain about what I wanted to do with the anniversary of DA, because I don't have any more bonus content, really. I posted this video on Patreon last week that was a script breakdown, the director's breakdown of the script. It was like a 25-minute long video, and that's going to come to YouTube this week. So if you're a patron or if you're a YouTube subscriber, you'll be able to see a big, long Detroit Awakening themed video. But I was like, we should maybe do a stream or something. Maybe we should do something fun. And on top of that, we are still trying to raise that budget, that final $1,700 for What a Beautiful Wedding. So I was like, why don't we do both at the same time? So we've got a fun stream coming up this Saturday, March 27th, which is the anniversary, as I said, of Detroit Awakening. It's going to reunite all of us on a stream, and in that stream, we're going to try to finish raising the budget for What a Beautiful Wedding. So what are we going to do on that stream while we're trying to raise that final $1,700? Well, for those of you who haven't been here more than a year, even still, like last year, you'd know, we did Detroit Wakey, which is a Google Translate disaster stream of Detroit Evolution. We got the whole cast together. Lotso played JJ played like 6 different characters, including Lotso. It was a lot of fun. It's on my YouTube channel. You can go check that out. It is 2.5 hours of disaster. And if you want to watch it with the actual film, I have that version too, where we dub underneath the actual movie. But before we did Detroit Wakey, we actually did one for Detroit Awakening as well, called Detroot Wakey. And that was 2 years ago. I barely remember a lot of it. I don't really go back and watch it for reasons. And we decided that it would be fun if we got together with Chris this time, because he never got to do it, and redo Detroit Wakey, and this is called Detroit Wakey. It's on Saturday, March 27th. The four of us are getting together. We're going to do the Google Translate disaster of the Detroit Awakening script while trying to raise that final $1,700 for What a Beautiful Wedding during the stream. If we meet our goal during the stream, we'll do something else, and we'll announce what that is on the actual stream. We'll have another thing that we'll do on stream if we actually meet our goal for What a Beautiful Wedding. But if we don't, we'll just do Detroit Wakey, and that'll be it. It's really fun. I for those of you who were not here in the early days of the fandom, that first couple months, this will be a fun experience to actually get to see another live Google Translate. Michael Smallman says, seems like y'all are really excited about this. Yeah. Well, and as Jamie mentioned, yes, the original one is up, but I am trying to replace it with something, more up to date and something that I'll actually want to watch again later. So this will also be a way for everybody to enjoy it for the first time and also watch a version of it that doesn't give you hives like the original. And of course, the original will be deleted after this. So it's very therapeutic for me as well to be able to recreate something that I really enjoy and that is an important part of Octopunk fandom, but to be able to also have it still. And so yeah, and I think that Michael and Maximilian, even though they've done the original and they know what it was, I mean, Michael, I don't know, but I can barely remember anything that happened in the first one. I remember Gavin was a watering can, but that's the only reference that I remember from it. So it's going to be new for us. It's going to be we're performing it for the first time because I barely fucking remember any of it. Yes, there was a watering can. Gavin was a watering can. We actually did 2 Detroit Wakeys the first time. We did 2 different translations, and I think that will probably happen this time as well. We'll do the original base translation, and then I might do the algorithm that we used for Detroit Avut, which was Arabic, Maori, Turkish, and then back to English. I don't remember what it was. I think there was Latin in there somewhere. But whatever that algorithm was, gave us really good results for Detroit Avut. So I think I'm going to put it through that algorithm, and then we'll do it twice. As Michael says, I blinded the whole world. That was another iconic part of Detroit Wakey. But you'll have to come to our stream on Saturday and see what the full scope of references you will have. and all of the art that will probably come out of it, because if Detroit Avut inspired loveliness, I'm sure this will as well. That is not all, though, for our anniversary of Detroit Awakening. We also have a fun new limited edition piece of merchandise for the celebration. This I Feel Plenty Ethereum pump has been a part of my Detroit... I'm going to say Detroit for the rest of the stream now. Part of my Detroit Awakening merchandise since the beginning. This was designed by our fan Mar. I've always loved this design, and I decided to adapt it into an acrylic keychain. This is now available on the Etsy store right now. It's $7.50 plus shipping. Let me see if I can show you it in real life. It's very cute. And then it's blank on the back. So there you go. If you're interested in getting one of these, there's only 10. I did a really limited run for the anniversary, so you can go on the Etsy store and get that. All right. This week on Patreon, we have the continuation of our Detroit Awakening musical playlists. This time it'll be 9s on Wednesday. I skipped last week because last week was nuts. I'm still dealing with this move. So this week we'll catch up and we'll do 9s. And on Friday, we have audio outtakes from all our films. 7 Deadly Sins, On the Road Again, maybe some leftover ones from Awakening and Evolution. Not sure. But there was a lot of them that wouldn't fit in a full reel by themselves. So we're just throwing them all together from all our different movies. Lots of fun times to be had on hot mics from our various sets. Now, as far as our Femme Fatale announcements go, we've got 3 more casting announcements for this week. Some familiar faces and some not. First, we have our friend Rune Vaughn, who not only is going to be in What a Beautiful Wedding, and not only is in our improv show Ships and Giggles, but is also now going to be a cosplayer in Femme Fatale. This is a really fun role. It's a nonverbal role that has a lot of expressions in the face. Actually, it's not completely nonverbal. There's some dialogue, but it's very funny. It's kind of a scene-stealing role that I can't wait for Rune to bring to life in the film. You can see her on Instagram at Rune Vaughn. We're throwing that in the chat so you can follow her there if you haven't already, which you should already. She's been all over our stuff this year. We love Rune, so go give her some love. Next up, we've got Maddie Casto as Amber. You can find Maddie on Instagram at CurvyMamaM. Maddie, if you're a really hardcore Octopunk fan, you'll recognize from one of our previous films. Maddie was one of the Brady Bunch from Hell members on the webcams in Livescream. That was the last time I worked with her. It was 3 years ago when we worked on Livescream together. She did the clown makeup. She's a makeup artist, but she also does acting and theater and stuff, and she was one of the actors in the film. So I'm really excited to be reuniting with Maddie. She was a really nice lady, and I'm really happy to be able to give her a bigger role, especially because this role is really fun. Amber is a very gothy, kind of bitchy character on an independent filmmaker panel. She's kind of a villain, and what ends up happening to her is really funny too. So this is a really interesting role, and it'll be cool to see Maddie bring this to life. And then finally, we have Braxton Williams, who is a friend of Michael's. Braxton and I actually just met today online. We actually talked for the first time today. Really nice guy. And an actor and director based here in Charleston. He's playing a character named Slade Tanner, who is the douchiest douchebag of a filmmaker that you can imagine. He is very much an example of a lot of directors and mostly producers that I've met in the past, who just oozes white privilege all over the place, and he gets what's coming to him too. A lot of villains in this movie, particularly on that filmmaker panel, so it'll be really fun to see what he ends up doing with this role. He's very excited to bring a villain to life. Small says he's friends with one of the other Michaels, not me, Michael. A Michael by proxy. Are we doing how the 6 degrees of separation of the Michaels with these casting announcements? That's funny. Well, speaking of which, let's get on to fan art of the week, because we've got some stuff to talk about with the Michaels. First up, y'all did some stuff this week. I almost gave an impromptu manipulation challenge to the fandom of Oops All Michaels, and all of you delivered very, very well, but Shiny, man, this took some effort. The fact that every individual Michael head matches a specific berry is amazing, and that the amount of work that this took is incredible. Wonderful job to anybody who made a Michael meme in any capacity, because I've been sending them to the Michaels because I've been enjoying them so much. Yes, Shiny, I imagine this did take way too long. As somebody who does a lot of Photoshop, yeah, I can imagine how long this took. But yes, thank you so much, everybody. This really has made me smile. Keep it coming. It never gets old. Thank you to Can't Draw Hands for this lovely art of Austin, including Austin being Speed Racer in our Michelle and Austin versus driving video. I'm the measurement for coolness. Yes, that is what he thinks. I think my expression down below really sums it up best. As always, Connie, I love your art, and if you're not already following Connie, go follow them on Instagram at Can't Draw Hands. This is from Liv Runzi on Instagram, a lovely portrait of our favorite actress, Tina Chen, or Carla Kim as Tina Chen. Very, very well done. I always love seeing art of Tina. And go follow Liv on Instagram. I'm pretty sure this is not remotely the first art that Liv has done for us. So I'm sure there's many more things to be found at Instagram if you're not already following Liv. And then finally, we have this lovely ring design by Phantom Edibles on Tumblr. This was tagged Detroit Evolution, so I'm assuming that's for us. But it's actually a gift. So if you want to see this in its full glory, go to Phantom Edibles on Tumblr and watch that ring shine, because it's totally beautiful. I always love the interpretation of the LED being the ring. It's really, really cool. So go follow them on Tumblr, give them some love. I think they've been doing a lot of other art as well. Finally, you can find our P.O. Box at 62762 North Charleston, South Carolina, 29419. I will accept everything except food and explosives. And for now, I will be checking the P.O. Box this week because I have to go get stamps. I'm going to ship out all of our Rune Vaughn autographed postcards for Patreon this month, this weekend. I'm also going to be shipping out the first round of anniversary membership loyalty patches. I'll be doing the 6-month and 1-year ones this month. And then the 2-year ones will start going out next month because that'll be the 2-year anniversary of our Patreon. So I'm just getting ahead on it because normally I would do it the last weekend of the year, the first weekend of the, or last weekend of the month, first weekend of the month, depending upon where it fell. But next weekend, I'm going to be moving, like moving for real. We will actually be U-hauling and hauling furniture out and no longer living in this house starting next weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and send them out a little early just so I don't have to deal with that in the move and nothing gets lost or anything like that. Speaking of that move, there will be no OPWU next week most likely because, well, actually no, there will be OPWU next week. Yes, there will be OPWU next week. There will not be OPWU on the 5th. 2 weeks from now, there will not be OPWU because that day is I'm probably either going to be closing, moving, or I don't even know if I'm going to have a PC set up or a room to set it up in. So next week we will have OPWU. This Saturday we will have our Detroit Wakey anniversary stream, and then you won't see me again until like April 12th. All right, so that's everything coming up on Twitch. One more thing I want to talk about with Patreon. So if you are a $25 patron, the Patreon calls will be this week. One is Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 2 hours before the Detroit Wakey stream. And then the other one is probably going to be Wednesday at 8 p.m., assuming Maximilian is still on hiatus. If he decides to come back from hiatus before then we will do it on maybe Thursday at 8 p.m. I have some scheduling things to work out. But for now, it is Wednesday, 8 p.m. What that is going to be this week is our live edits of me in Photoshop editing and touching up and perfecting the Read 900 cosplay photo shoot that me and Austin took yesterday. I was Gavin, he was Nines. We shot it in the garage. It was a lot of fun pictures coming out of that. And then next week on OPWU on the 29th, you'll see the first finished photos from that cosplay shoot. We did that back, we agreed to do that back in November for our charity stream. And we finally got around to actually doing the photography for that. So yes, there is go to my Instagram story if you want a little sort of preview picture of that. A lot of them are very silly. A lot of them are kind of romantic. We're married, so we were able to make some romancy things work with some of the pictures, which was fun. And also, he just really liked picking me up against my will, which was really brought out my inner Gavin. So you'll see those for the first time next week, next Monday, and I'll be posting them on Instagram starting next Monday all throughout next week. But if you want an early preview of what they look like and you want to see them for the first time in there and see how I edit them and work on them, you can join Patreon at the $25, $50, or $100 level before Wednesday, and you'll be able to get access to either one of the time slots that I'll be doing a live stream / group call where you can actually ask me questions and stuff live on the call as I edit the photos. So that's a little bit of fun that's coming this week on Patreon that I forgot to mention, and also Opwu next week too. But that is really all for today. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you on Saturday with our Detroit Awakening anniversary stream with Maximilian, Chris, Michael, and myself, and probably Austin as well, to have some fun redoing Detroit Wakey in at least one or two different ways and trying to raise the final budget for What a Beautiful Wedding by then or during the stream. And if you want to find out what we will do if we meet our budget, you'll just have to come to the stream and open your wallet. Or encourage your friends. Call all your rich friends and tell them, hey, I don't care like if you watch the stream or not, but come donate to this PayPal so I can find out what the surprise is. All right, but that's all I have for today. As always, stay great, hydrate, and have a happy time zone.